If you watched my latest video, then you know I'm back here on YouTube, back in general, and there's a lot of changes coming, and honestly I'm struggling because I always struggle with change. I think a lot of people do, but in order to deal with it, I'm going to take you on a tour of my farm really quickly to show you all of the great things, all of the mess ups, and just where it is right now. So here we go. This year I'm growing popping corn. I wasn't sure if it was ever going to actually grow, but I've got the male parts up here that grow the pollen. And then as of yesterday, I have little baby ears. You can see the silks coming out here, making me really excited. This is gonna be a yellow popping corn, and I actually planted black beans in between. They do have some little beans on them, mainly just to fix nitrogen for the corn, but also, you know, black beans. Most of them got eaten by deer, but like I said, it was mainly just to fix nitrogen, so I'm not too mad. Back there we have my lovely array of milkweed that just volunteers every year, and I love it because it helps pollinators stay here. And there's my adorable little Oscar boy, or at least his butthole. Oscar! Hi, Bubba! Right here we've got, it was nothing for a while, but right now it is salad turnips, but they are only about 2 weeks, a week and a half in the ground, so they're still small. This is my yellow zucchini. These are coming out of the ground in probably a week. I'm gonna try to see if I can get any more out of them. I just harvested some today, but I'm pretty sure I have, well actually no, I know for a fact that I have vine borer. So I'm trying to get rid of zucchinis to prevent that from spreading to my other stuff, and you'll see why in a second. This is just covered right now. It was kohlrabi earlier in the season, but right now I'm just covering it to let all the weeds die. And then we've got the green zucchini over here, which also has a little bit of vine borer, which is right next door to my kabochas. And this is humongous. This is like my biggest thing this year. As you can see, it's huge. There's so many of them, and they're actually looking really good. They should be able to start being harvested in about a week. You can already tell the stems are starting to turn just a little bit yellow, which is a good sign. As long as I can keep the vine borers and the groundhog out of them, then I should be able to harvest them pretty soon. Cucumbers were doing great until like less than a week ago, and I don't know what happened, if it's vine borers or I don't really see powdery mildew, but it almost looks like some kind of rust. So I have a few more fruits, as you can see. I'm gonna harvest those tomorrow for the market, and then these are probably gonna get pulled out. Actually, I'm just gonna make the decision right now. They're gonna get pulled out this week, so. Hey, can you not? Thank you. Main squash this year, the butternuts. I don't know if that just cut off half of my volume, but anyway. They are looking really, really good, most of them. I will say these are the closest to the groundhog, or sorry, yeah, groundhog burrow. So this keeps happening. I'm pretty sure deer get to some of them too, but as you can see, I covered these up at least on one half with all of the spare like cattle paneling and chicken wire that I could find. And honestly, I think it's helped a lot with the deer issue. Unfortunately, the groundhogs still have no problem getting to them. So you can see all the little teeny tiny teeth marks. Yeah, that's not deer, that's the groundhog. And the groundhog, if you might be wondering, lives right there. So that's something that I need help taking care of. I can't really do on my own. It's very frustrating, but I still have a lot of squash left, so I'm not too concerned right now. Next, we have the most successful bed of carrots I've ever grown. It is currently being eaten by deer because they ripped this huge hole, which is super annoying, but I'm harvesting most of them tomorrow. They are amazing. Stay tuned. I will be showing you. Actually, here's a couple that got pulled up of little ones anyway. So this is the color. They obviously will be a lot bigger than this, the ones that I'm harvesting. But yeah, I'm very, very proud of the carrots. I'll try to do a whole video on that. If you follow me on TikTok, I've been doing carrot updates almost every single week the entire time they've been in the ground. So if you're interested, follow me on TikTok. This was left fallow for a really long time. I actually just moved the tarp off of it, but this is gonna be more greens. Got some beets right there. I did really, really well with beets this year, but that bed was just pulled out about a week ago. And so I'm starting my fall beet crops. There's one right there, and then I just planted another today. Here we have got, let's see what's under here. Yeah, this is lettuce that'll hopefully harvest tomorrow. If not, then next week. More salad turnips. These ones obviously have been in the ground a little bit longer than the other ones that you saw. And a second bed of fall/winter carrots that badly needs to be weeded. I also have more lettuce over here. This is Lennox, I believe. Let's see if I can show you through this little hole so I don't have to open it up. Also very weedy, but still good nonetheless. This is an old bed, or 2 old beds that desperately need to be pulled, but priorities. This is where my garlic was up until about a month ago. And I'll do another video talking about garlic, but oh my goodness, what a success. So all the beds looked like this. Of course they had garlic in them, but I just pulled all of those out, like I said, a month ago. And so I've been slowly but surely removing all of the straw and planting other stuff. So this bed that I stupidly set this on top of will have radishes in it. In fact, they are starting to ever so slightly come up. And then this bed, I just planted these beets today. You can barely see them because there's some weeds, but I'm not really concerned. And I was going to water them in, but I seriously feel the rain coming right now, so I'm not even gonna bother. My pride and joy this year, my potatoes. I planted purple potatoes and oh my gosh, they have done so well. I pulled up just this small little section right here the other day as kind of a tester, brought them home and made mashed potatoes out of them. Oh my gosh, they are delicious. They are so beautiful. This bed was irrigated. These were not. I watered them occasionally, but not as much. So I'm a little bit nervous that these ones are not going to be as good as this last bed that just so happened to have drip hooked up to it. So we'll see. But I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 beds that were planted all at the same time. And then these last 2, it's kind of hard to tell because they're so weedy, but they were planted about 2 weeks behind that, so I'll plant or harvest them 2 weeks later. As for this back section of the field, I've really grown very little in it. I tried to go grow lettuce over here earlier in the spring, but it just got eaten really quickly, and back here, literally nothing ever happened. So I'm actually gonna mow all of that down and start returning it back to grass once the potatoes are done. I'm not sure if I'll leave this area open for planting or if I'll return that to grass as well. But once that happens, then just this kind of like front section will be what I'm able to really use in my field. Excuse me, sir. What are we digging for? So I know that was really quick, but obviously a lot changes throughout the season. You know, it looked a lot different in the spring. It'll look a lot different in like a month. But that's where we are right now. So let me know if you have any questions or any specific crops that you'd like to know more about. I'll try to keep you guys posted. Next week really is going to be a big week for harvesting some new stuff like squashes, potatoes, carrots, all that stuff will be coming out of the ground for the first time this year. So if you're interested in knowing about any of those, let me know. I'm gonna go home and start some stuff in the hoop house. Oh, here's some squashes I harvested today, zucchinis anyway. So there's those and those. It's the end of the season for those. They're really about done, but want to show you those really quick. Like I said, any questions, let me know. This is what the sky currently looks like, so I'm going to head home really quick and work in the hoop house. But really, when I say work in the hoop house, I mean like sit. I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Doesn't it look so much prettier than in years past? Like, I'm real proud of that. Apparently Oscar was thirsty. He's back there getting a drink. What a cutie. Anyway, you guys have an awesome day. I messed it up. Go grow something.